Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jacob here with another daily vlog. Before I talk about what I want to share today, first I got to give a big thank you. We crossed 30,000 followers on LinkedIn, which is an awesome milestone for me. So thank you for all of you who continue to support and share and comment and engage with all the content and with me, especially on LinkedIn. It really means a lot, so I really appreciate it. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about being uncomfortable and getting out of your comfort zone. So I speak at a lot of conferences and events each year, and people always ask me, do you get nervous when you speak at these events? And when I first started speaking, probably, 12 years ago, if not longer, I would of course get very nervous and, I would get anxious and uncomfortable. And even now, maybe get a little bit nervous, but not anywhere to the degree of where it was 12 years ago. And I know that a lot of people really fear public speaking more so than even death, right? But I wanted to share what really does make me nervous. So I don't get nervous when I speak, but there is one thing that I do, and I force myself to do it. And I started doing it recently, and it makes me more nervous than anything, and it makes me more uncomfortable than anything I've ever done. And that is playing chess tournaments. And so just to give you an idea, let me share with you what happens to me. So I played, and I've been playing chess pretty much my whole life, but never in a competitive setting where I'm actually sitting down in a tournament where you're getting rating and ranking and you're playing in an actual time control, writing down the moves, you have the clock, you have arbiters, all that sort of stuff around you. I've never done that before. I just started that within the past few months. And the first tournament that I played, it was, it was towards the end of last year, maybe in October or something like that, here in the Bay Area. And it was 5 games in one day, which is a lot. Each game is 45 minutes per person. So each game maybe lasts an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you play 5 of those in a day. So a long time. And I remember the first game that I played, and this was my first tournament ever, I forgot how the pieces moved. I take lessons with a grandmaster and, we go over openings and stuff like that. I couldn't remember anything. I had no idea what the hell was going on. I was nervous. I was shaking a little bit. It was very, very unpleasant. So now what I do, every Tuesday I play in a tournament, and it's 1 game a week, and it's each game and each player gets 2 hours per side. So I get 2 hours, my opponent gets 2 hours. And it makes me very, very uncomfortable. It requires a lot of effort, a lot of time. I have to take a ferry into the city. I have to study. I have to do preparation. The game lasts for 4 or 5 hours. So it starts at around 6:30. I don't get out of there until around 10:30 or 11. I'm home at midnight. While I'm sitting at the board, I'm constantly shaking my legs. I'm questioning the moves that I make. I'm constantly, questioning my confidence and am I doing something right? Am I doing something wrong? It's very, very uncomfortable. It's really, really tough for me because I just started doing it, and it's very, very new for me. But I have a goal for myself where I want to eventually become a titled player. I want to become a national master, hopefully in the next, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, who knows how long it'll take. But the growth really only happens when you push yourself to become uncomfortable. And, it's very easy, for example, for me to just play chess online, to play chess with friends. I'm comfortable with that. It's easy, but it's not how you grow and develop as a player. And the same thing is true for anything in life, whether it's leadership, whether it is any personal goals that you have for yourself. If you're comfortable, it's going to be much harder for you to grow and develop. And so by me participating in these tournaments, I'm learning how to deal with any stress, with anxiety. I'm learning how to deal with maybe lack of self-confidence. I'm learning how to better evaluate positions. I'm learning how to manage my emotions. I'm learning how to become a better player. And I think this is something that can be applied as I mentioned, to all aspects of life. For me, chess is a big important part of life because it helps me with decision making. It helps me in how I think about my business and work. And those of you who follow my content know that I talk about chess a lot. So that's really what makes me uncomfortable. And it is something that I'm going to keep pushing myself to do precisely because it does make me uncomfortable until I get to the point where I am comfortable with it. When I get to the point where I'm comfortable with these tournaments, I'm comfortable sitting across the table from somebody else. When I'm comfortable with all these things, that's when I know that I'm starting to grow and develop and get better and progress. And so I encourage you, regardless of what you're doing, do something that's uncomfortable. Do something that pushes you, whether it is learning something new in your organization, whether it is speaking up for the first time during a meeting, whether it's giving your first presentation, whether it's having an uncomfortable conversation with a peer or with a manager that you work with, whether it's learning a new skill, practicing a new mindset, whatever it is, push yourself into that uncomfortable. Because it's going to be tough at the beginning. And like me, even with chess, you will get a little anxious and stressed out. You won't be confident. You will question yourself. But eventually, you'll get to the point where you are going to start growing and progressing. You know, even when you work out, and I've used this analogy before, when you lift weights, when you exercise, you actually tear down your muscle. And only when you rest does the recovery happen. When the muscle, after you tear it down, after it heals, does it start to grow. And same thing for anything in life that we do, whether it's personal or professional. So I guess really I just wanted to share all this to encourage all of you to get yourself out of your comfort zone. So I'm curious to hear, share a story with me in the comments. What are you doing to push yourself out of your comfort zone? Are you competing in something? Are you learning something new? Are you doing something that you wouldn't normally do? Leave me a comment and share below. And let's all keep pushing ourselves to get out of our comfort zone, because that is ultimately where growth happens. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever in the world you are. I'll see you soon.